Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Clare and I'll be your moderator for today's webcast, From Smart Parking to Smart Lighting and Delivering a Platform for Smart Cities. Today's webcast is presented by Scott McCarley and Dr. Rick Goodwin. Scott McCarley is Senior Director of Solution Management at ThingWorx, a PTC business, where he is focused on enabling customers to leverage the Internet of Things to deliver new value and transform the way they create, operate, and service products. He has responsibility for the leadership of market analysis, solution definition, and go-to-market activities for ThingWorx Smart Connected product offerings. For the past 5 years, Scott has worked with leading manufacturers to help elevate their product development, service, and supply chain management capabilities. Scott has over 15 years of management experience with enterprise software companies in roles ranging from software development to marketing. And Dr. Rick Goodwin is an organizational psychologist who has spent the last 25 plus years leading strategic change and technology innovation programs. Dr. Goodwin started his IoT journey in 2007 working with Defense Department asset tracking and technology transfer programs and business model innovation programs for cell-based machine-to-machine networking. And thank you both for joining us today. If you'd like to ask Scott and Rick any questions during the webcast, please do so via the questions section of your GoToWebinar pane, and we'll address and answer them at the end. We'll also be sending out the webcast recording via email to all registrants when it's made available. Now I'd like to hand it over to our presenters. Scott?
Thanks, Lauren. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Cities can be a complex landscape with diverse needs and with numerous different parties involved in delivering smart city applications. So I wanted to take the first 15 or so minutes of this webcast to walk you through how ThingWorx is working with cities, as well as key city ecosystem partners, namely solution providers, system integrators, universities, and developers, all of whom are working together with ThingWorx to create smart cities. All right, first just a little bit of background. If you're not familiar with ThingWorx, very quickly, ThingWorx is a business unit of PTC. At ThingWorx, there are over 800 employees dedicated to IoT and creating our IoT technology platform. ThingWorx is the most proven IoT platform technology in the market, and that's really evidenced by our 500 plus ThingWorx IoT customers, and that list includes, among the, numerous deployments across cities or across the globe in cities. It also includes 9 of the top 10 medical device manufacturers, 4 of the top 5 industrial equipment manufacturers, 3 of the top 5 aerospace and defense companies. Over 400 colleges and universities are working with ThingWorx today. If you're from a university, you should reach out if you have any interest in our IoT academic program. I'd encourage you to do so. So as I mentioned, ThingWorx is the industry's leading IoT technology platform. At a very high level, it enables innovators to rapidly build and deploy IoT applications and citywide platforms for today's smart cities. This includes technology, among its modules, to software to connect sensors and device information to the cloud, send it to the cloud. It also includes a groundbreaking purpose-built IoT rapid application development environment that enables developers to build new IoT apps far faster than the conventional development methods. It also includes analytics software to help you uncover valuable insights within big data without the need for data scientists. So I included this smart city definition as I think it's a nice one as it illustrates sort of the strategic vision of smart cities. So a smart city is going to help individual stakeholders achieve their own key objectives, but very importantly, it's also going to drive better outcomes to fulfill the overall mission of a city, right? So while there may be solutions, for example, that are for the police department that are intended to reduce crime and increase safety, and you also may have point solutions that the Department of Transportation uses to reduce traffic congestion, but those point solutions are going to add up, so the sum of its parts is greater. The total solution is greater than the sum of its parts. So within a city, your mission is going to be potentially sustainable growth. That's a common city mission, and that's going to include and build upon all of the point solutions in play, the IoT solutions in play by the different departments and stakeholders of the city. And this kind of evidenced by the McKinsey information, this key fact you'll see below. So McKinsey predicts this tremendous economic opportunity for smart cities, $1.7 trillion in new economic value by 2025 for cities. But what's not shown here is that 43, or they estimate 43% of that new economic value comes from the combination of systems, of IoT systems. So finding new value by being able to combine what information used to be in silos. So for example here, to just look at, if we could combine information from a transportation system along with the sort of security solutions that the police department may have in place, you may find real new value, sort of being able to route traffic potentially, to achieve much greater safety in a from a city's perspective. So there's real value to be discovered by integrating these point solutions to achieve the overall mission of the city. So we've worked with cities, as I mentioned, across the globe, and all cities have different projects or prioritizations and real projects in hand that they want to start with. But there are some common goals for IoT have really risen to the top across all smart cities. So the first goal is described here is making the existing infrastructure more scalable and delivering more efficient city services. And that's really about responding to demand problems within a city. So for example, you might be reducing water waste, right? So making your water infrastructure go further, handle a larger and growing population. Or you may be delivering more efficient city services, as that last slide showed, more efficient trash removal, right? So you can take your existing departmental resources and make them more efficient and handle either reduced cost or a greater population. Key to a city also, however, right? It's not just these, the smart city has to lead for strategically across all of these points. So there's a key common goal around engaging citizens and improving the quality of their life and leveraging IoT to do that. And Envision Charlotte, which is sort of the basis for Envision of America, which ThingWorx is the sponsor, has a great application that they put forth, Smart City app, that shows us the total energy consumption and water consumption and carbon emissions across the city and neighborhoods and buildings. So it was really engaging the population around their own sustainability goals, rolling that information out to the citizens, and improving ultimately the quality of life as they try and achieve greater sustainability. You can't have a smart city without smart people, and fostering higher education through universities and local tech community is key. These are also the city's greatest resources, or greatest technical resources, and cities should look to leverage them. So that's a common goal. And ultimately, a city is about enabling sustainable economic growth, right? So adding new potential tax dollars to their system and helping their citizens grow as well. So creating new businesses, fostering new businesses and tech businesses to come into their cities is a goal for IoT. It's not easy, however, developing and delivering solutions to create and enable a smart city. So first, these are challenges that, I'm just going to tick through some of them here. Cities, first, they need to quickly identify projects that are going to deliver significant value and can serve as a proof point, right? So they have to choose a project to begin with, and they want to choose one that's going to have measurable or demonstrable value and ROI. I'm excited for you guys to hear from Rick Goodwin later, and I think he's got some really, really nice solutions that could serve as that beginning proof point, as well as solutions to continue to add to the stack. The next is, project requirements. Cities don't have a large development team, and no matter how they, seek to go about it, their project requirements often outweigh their current resources. So they have to figure out how they can leverage additional resources across the ecosystem. With any IoT solution, the volume, velocity, and variety of IoT data can be overwhelming. And once you deploy a solution, it's going to need to rapidly evolve. Certainly, the smart city landscape and IoT is rapidly evolving. Numerous new connected devices coming onto play, new sensor information, new changing sort of behaviors and transformation in industries, and your applications and solutions are going to have to evolve. So that's key to foresee. It's a challenge, though, to maintain. So all of these, if you were to deliver all of your needs via a point solution, That's going to prove real scalability, security, and maintainability issues, as each of these point solutions would have disparate and different plumbing or technology frameworks. A city today already has information in silos. Putting forth new point solutions has also enhanced that. So we want to break down silos and really enable cities to discover the new value of information by making systems communicate with each other. Finally, cities not only need to deliver their solutions, their first solutions that need to demonstrate success, but they also have to put forth a strategy that can effectively scale their efforts and deliver that full smart city sort of vision that we talked about across our goals from the last slide. So ThingWorx is working with smart cities in multiple ways. Here we've listed sort of the three main ones to meet those challenges we've just talked about. So ThingWorx can help enable a smart city via any combination of the following, and all using a single technology infrastructure. The first is we work with solution providers to create and they leverage the ThingWorx technology that I described to create powered by ThingWorx solutions. Right? So they create out-of-the-box solutions for a city. We'll talk about those in a second, but a city can simply contract with one of these vendors to deliver a solution across any of their needs. Second, ThingWorx, the ThingWorx platform, and specifically the rapid application development portion of the platform, is available for universities and your local tech businesses or cities' local tech businesses to build new applications on behalf of the city to meet their needs. And if the city has an open data portal or open data program, the rapid application development environment can be placed on top of that to really enable these resources, these key city resources, to find the new value in that information and rapidly build applications that can be rolled out. The final mechanism listed here is around creating smart city dashboards with a system integrator. So system integrators, the cities are probably working with them, and they're probably our partners already, but they can come in and make a dashboard with key performance indicators, taking information across multiple systems, both IoT and other city systems, to put forth information such as that, what I talked about with Envision Charlotte, showing energy consumption across a whole city landscape, or maybe water usage, including its buildings, home users. So it can look at a large swath of information and find those key performance indicators. So very quickly to go through those in just a little bit more depth. So here are a list of 6 ThingWorx, powered by ThingWorx solution providers for cities. I'll just spend a moment going through 1 or 2 of them here. Smooth, this is a great bike sharing application that's in use across the globe. It's in use in the US and Chicago and other major cities. All Traffic makes variable traffic sign equipment, so really interesting stuff that's able to both detect information from sensors and cameras within the equipment, identifying traffic patterns, but also combining that information with system information from Department of Transportation and traffic systems so that they can put forth variable messages to intelligently route traffic and intelligently guide drivers. So great solution there. DHL, I think we're all familiar with. So they're doing fleet management for their electric fleet vehicles in Germany, in cities throughout Germany. And then a numerous about sort of energy and utility companies, so both working in energy management, building energy management, smart meters, and also with sort of the water utilities or waste treatment utilities with Aquamatics. So these are just an example of numerous solution providers built on the ThingWorx application, and we have numerous providers within each sort of marketplace as well. So this is just a sample. From the Smart City Platform program, this is where we're providing ThingWorx through a formal program for universities and high-tech businesses, provided them access to the ThingWorx Rapid Application Development Environment to enable them to build applications for the cities, right? So here we see data and sensor information coming into the platform. If you have an open data if you have an open data platform in a city, really snapping the application development on top of it would let those institutions quickly build apps across all the city needs. So what I would just want to point out here is not only is this going to make them build applications in a secure, and sort of a consistent manner, but it's also going to accelerate the innovation and economic growth in the city. Right? These businesses and students and universities building apps are tomorrow's sort of businesses and taxpayers or new income for the city. So that's the goal of that, and it matches up very nicely with the city. Finally, and most simply, system integrators creating dashboards and apps. So in addition to business consulting, they can create a custom application or build that dashboard as we discussed. Here we look at a city with its different solution areas from energy all the way down to security. But a dashboard is going to cut across all of those, right, and draw information from additional city systems. And that's key to providing sort of a real-time visibility across the entire city. So in conclusion, ThingWorx is accelerating delivery, whether it's through our solution providers, working with universities on behalf of the city and local businesses, or enabling system integrators to provide that dashboard. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at scottmccarley@thingworx.com or scott.mccarley. And without further ado, thank you guys. I'm going to turn it over to Rick, and I'll look forward to answering any questions at the end of the webcast. All right, Rick, I am making you presenter.
Thank you, Scott. Again, I appreciate the introduction and giving us the opportunity to talk today. Welcome everybody to the conversation. My name is Rick Goodwin. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Fiber. Fiber is a leading smart city solutions provider, and we'll go into some detail about what we think the solutions provider means in this space. Scott talked about the goals and some of the challenges facing smart city developers, and I think he presented it in a really smart way and a really convincing way. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our experience over the last 17 years working with smart cities programs before we even knew they were smart cities, and trying to make cities more efficient, more friendly, and more accessible. But first, I wanted to thank again ThingWorx and PTC for allowing us to be a part of the presentation today. And I wanted to point out that we are a ThingWorx Ready partner and a user of the ThingWorx platform. So we believe in what all you guys are doing today.